you'll see a little red thing pop up, and that means we are live.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pin the Gas podcast on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, filled with nothing but proper mega racing. I hope you guys and girls watch World Superbike because it's it wasn't that good. It was a decent race, right? Big congrats to Mallory Dobbs out there in the all women's championship. I'm freaking so proud of you. What a race. And then of course BSB. I say it all the time. It's free to watch. Bennett'sBritishSuperbikes.com. People, you are welcome. You missed it. It's already over. Go to YouTube, rewind it, watch it. It's absolutely proper mega like it was last year. I just got done telling Ethan that if you guys hadn't seen last year's 2023, YouTube 2023 BSB, last race of the season, you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say because you're welcome. You are welcome. So anyway, this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. Trust me, people, you don't want to sleep on this. You want to get it done for all aspects of life, right? Financial, taxes. You want to make sure, your family's taken care of in case anything happens. So, yeah, Next Level Financial, the best there is out there. And, Ethan, I tell everybody this, right? Don't buy an off the rack suit. And what I mean by that is if you buy an off the rack suit, it's not going to fit you 100% correctly. When you have a suit that does not fit you correctly, it causes all kinds of issues while you're riding your motorcycle, right? We all know that. Well, I hope we all know that, right? So, in case you didn't, it does, right? So, what I need you to do is go to bisontrack.com, sign up, start your full custom suit. Yes, it's custom tailored specifically for you, nobody else, right? It's not just a simple size Euro 48 hanging up on the rack somewhere. It's super simple to do. The process is really easy. You do your logos, you pick your colors, or wherever you want your name at, water hump, perforated, non-perforated, kangaroo, cowhide, undersuit, custom gloves, chest protector, right? The whole nine. Plus Robert and Tasha and Carter, they're simply some of the best people you're ever going to meet in your life. Absolutely amazing. Nothing but love for them and what they do for our sport. They're at every Moto America race. They're at a lot of club races too as well. So if you have a mishap on the track, guess what? Take it straight over there. They'll get you fixed, patched up, colored, whatever it needs to be done. Put you right back there on the track so you don't miss your next race or your session. Remember, bisontrack.com. What are you guys waiting for? Ethan, it's that simple, right? I mean, custom suit. There's nothing like a custom suit. He said, right? Like it's some good food. That's some real talk right there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to sit down with the legend himself, Ethan Jones, man. And I just want to start off by saying that me and Ethan and his dad actually met through Jason Doss. So big shout out to Jason at Virginia National Raceway at the Azure race. It was awesome to meet you and your dad and watch you shred them tires out there on the lap.
It was awesome meeting you, man.
Absolutely, man. It was awesome, man. And your bike's beautiful. I love the paint, the white and red. And
I appreciate it.
It's like old school, proper Yamaha lively colors, right?
Good yes, stuff, sir. Man. Dad painted it himself.
Dude, and your dad, Brian, big shout out to Brian. Nothing but love for you, man. It's absolute honor to sit down and do this with you, man. So we got a lot to talk about, Ethan. We ain't got a whole lot of time tonight. Excuse me. But no worries, everybody. Stay tuned. There's going to be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys going to know my man Ethan really well. But anyway, we got a comment coming in from the legend himself, Matt Hall. What is up, Matt? He says, "What's up, homeboys? What's going on, buddy? I hope you watch some racing, World Superbike, BSB. Let us know, right? But Ethan, listen.
Yes, sir.
Again, absolute honor. How did your journey begin, dude?
It started off with some dirt bikes whenever I was 4. I got one for my 4th birthday, and just started riding dirt bikes. Then we got to 2015, and Dad introduced me to kart tracks with the little minis, and I loved it ever since that. We started off with a 110, went to a two-stroke right after that, and had a ball. We had some great races with those two bikes, and we then moved on to an SF 110 that we got from Julian Carrera. Great guys and fantastic bike. We
Oh, dude, listen, real quick. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP out there in South Florida. And then Juju, yeah, Juju's my boy. I love him. Dude, his little brother, dude, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, people. Just watch, mark my words. His brothers, you heard it here, right? But anyway, yeah, dude, him and his dad, Michael, dude, and the whole family, everybody down there at SFL Mini. It's nothing
Oh
but
yeah,
love
they've
for
been doing
everybody.
it for a while.
Absolutely. It's absolutely amazing program, best people in the world, and it's an honor to be friends with them just like you, right?
Oh
But
yeah,
I assume
they're the ones that.
go ahead, Brian. I mean Brian.
Oh,
I'm looking up here. Ethan, sorry.
they're the ones that introduced me to racing, and it's amazing.
It
I can never thank them enough for it.
it's yeah, dude, they're the whole program, but we can get in all that later on. Your two-stroke bike you got, I assume it was a KX65.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. The one and only, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Kawasaki probably never envisioned in a million years that there's a millions of kids around the world that would buy their dads would buy a mechanic 65, throw a set of slicks on it, and take them to a kart track, and
Oh,
boom.
they just rip on it.
They do, man.
It
It's absolutely
it's an
amazing.
amazing bike. Then
What is
the NSF 100, that was a really cool bike too. It was a little mini sport bike with like plastics on it and everything. It was cool. But the the foot pegs were about that small on it. So it's so hard to keep my feet on it. Then we got the Bushi. Have you ever heard of a Bushimoto?
I have a good buddy of mine, Simone, the mayor out there in Australia. Big shout out to him. I actually had him on my podcast, and we were talking about the Bushis versus the Ovales, right? And what the differences are and all that. So knowing that we're friends, and I know somebody personally that's owned one and had one, tell us about the Bushi, man, because I've heard nothing but great things.
It was an awesome bike, man. It taught me a lot about control of the rear and how much you can really step out. And it taught me how to drag my elbow. The bike was itself was very small, but it was the BR12 to where it sat higher for my height, and it just ripped, man. And I think I had Ashton Yates and I think it was Blake ride it, and they also ripped on it too. It was awesome.
That is awesome, right? And have you ridden a Ovale?
Once it was a little harder for me to ride because of how small it was. It wasn't the 12. I think it was the 12-inch tires.
Yeah.
I didn't fit on it much, and whenever I tried to turn it, I just felt like I was just like it was weird. It's hard to explain.
A
But
dinosaur sitting on this little rock, right? Trying to turn it, like, let's go, baby. Look at me. I'm dragging everything right here. Woo!
that's exactly how it felt, man. But with the Bushi, it had two rotor engine or not two rotor engines,
I was gonna say,
but
holy shit, 2 rotor engines, bro. I sign me up. Where can I ride this thing at?
RX-7 over here.
Right?
But it had two rotors on it. It broke like a beast, and I think mid-season we put a slipper clutch in it, which helped a lot because I did strip a tooth in first gear. I crashed at VIR at the go-kart track. The rear slid out from under me, and I downshifted too many times, and it just caught up and just threw a tooth right out. So that was fun. And
Time to take it to the dentist. Dentist, I got an emergency. I need a new tooth.
Hey. But right after the Bushi, we got the 300, which helped with cornering a lot. Which I'm very thankful we started on that instead of just going up to a twins. I feel like the 300 taught me a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm a big advocate of even uh professionals getting on a 3 or 400 and training on, right? Or a little ovale or a grom or whatever it is, right? The smaller bikes, you learn so much. They're
Mhm.
forgiving. But that's where you find out how hard you can actually brake, right? I've never in my life had a brake lever pulled all the way back before in my life, right? And I don't know street bike. I'm like, bro, I hope this front tire holds, right? Because if not, I'm gonna eat shit right now.
For real.
That and just everything, it just teaches you so much about corner speed because it don't have enough power to get out its own way, right? So yeah, that's
Hmm.
absolutely one of the best training tools in my personal opinion are the smaller bikes for sure.
Hmm. What I like to say about those bikes, the big bikes, they ride you. Little bikes, you get to ride them
Yeah,
because you just got way more control of them.
yeah,
With big bikes, it's just overpowering you.
yeah. I agree. Listen, Ethan, I agree. I always thought that as much as I love the 1000s, it's a lot for your average person to be able to go down to a dealership and spend 25 grand on one of these freaking absolute animals, right? Yes, I understand it's got all these electronics on it, right? But you still got to know how to ride the thing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
You gotta have that throttle control.
you got to, man. You got to, and it take put your ego to the side
Hmm.
when you get on one, right?
Oh yeah, because you'll get embarrassed quick on 400 or 300 with these guys out here.
Bro, your feelings will be hurt so bad you'll probably want to sell it and be like, I don't deserve this bike. I'm absolutely not worthy of this bike right here, right? So
Oh
sorry,
yeah.
girl. I love you and you're gorgeous and you're so sexy, but it's not working out. It's not you, it's me. It's all me, right? So I'll
Yeah.
call you. It's one of those type deals. You know what I mean?
I might call you later. It depends on how I feel.
Yeah, right. But listen, I can't say it. I got an RC51, but let's just be honest, people. My RC51, dude, a new 600 would absolute dust it, right? I mean, power to weight ratio, they're known as the pig, so it's not as light as my buddy Matt Hall's, right? So Matt, if you got any spare cool aftermarket bits you want to throw my way for my 51, because I'm not gonna sell it, bro. Yeah, much
That's a
appreciated for
keeper.
sure. Yeah,
That's a keeper.
absolutely it is. But it's dude, the small bikes are just ridiculous. They really are. So
Mhm.
you got a 300, right? So
Mhm.
at that time that you got the 300, Ethan, was you actually doing club racing or just track days?
We were doing track days for the first year, just get my bearings underneath me and to learn all the tracks. And once we did that, the next season we went to Weira and tried over there. We did pretty good. Then after that year, we switched to a SV 650, which just big jump up for me. The power, it just felt amazing the first lap I went out there with it.
And
It
that the SV, it wasn't that much weight difference between the SV and the 300 either, right? The
mm,
300 a little bit
no,
lighter, maybe. I'm not
yeah,
sure. I don't know.
it's quite. I think it's like 100 pounds or something lighter, but
Okay.
the power is just is insane. The feel, but the SV, it was a pretty good bike. It just had a bunch of bugs in it, a bunch of little gremlins trying to mess up the engine. Because sometimes we went out and it ran perfect. Then next session, it started cutting out like mid straightaway. We couldn't figure out what it was. We replaced any and everything that we thought it was, but we couldn't find it out. So we finally got rid of it, and finally where we are now, where you got the Yamaha R7.
The R7, man, it's a beautiful machine, and they just released the R9. Everybody's seen pictures of it floating around. I
Mm,
think it's a beautiful bike. I really want to ride one. I never even had a
it
chance to ride a R7. I want to ride a R7, but the R9 I definitely want to ride.
mhm. The R9 looks like if they took a R7 and an R1 and just threw it together, like the
It
front end.
does. Yes, it does. It's a triple 890 cc's, if I'm not mistaken. It's got like 100 and I seen the stats on it, like 120 horsepower, something like that. You know, because they're no longer will you be able to buy a YZF R1 or R1M in 2025, much less any other 1000.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to the lower bikes. You know what I mean? Kind of back in the glory days when me and your dad Ethan was growing up, and there was the ZX7Rs and the GSXRs and the
Oh,
FZRs,
he loved his GSXRs.
right, and the YZFs and all that, right, where we had flat slide carburetors, right? No,
Mm.
I say carburetor, people are like, "What the fuck is a carburetor?" You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's the
we've had our fair share of carburetors this past few weeks.
yeah,
We've been rebuilding a bunch of generators for the power outages after Hurricane Helene, which
nice,
was
man.
yeah, it was something.
Yeah,
The
absolutely, dude.
generator after generator every day, and every time there's carburetor issues. Every time.
Well, yeah, they're prone to them. I got a generator out there that I ain't fired up in about 3 years. I tried to fire it up the other day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the carb on it and clean it. Yeah, but it's normal routine, right? Dude.
Hmm.
So listen, we got my good mate Craig O'Harris all the way from the UK, and they're 5 hours ahead from us right now. He says, "Sup, Chris? Sup, Ethan? Hope you guys enjoyed the BSB race of a lifetime." Listen, Craigo, I just got done telling him before we went live and when we went live, what are you guys doing? I tell everybody, Craig, all the time, Bennett'sBritishSuperbike.com. It's free. Go to the main website, scroll down. When it's live, it'll be a big yellow freaking tab bar that says live video. You click on it, boom, you are welcome. If you missed the race, go to YouTube. I told Ethan it was absolutely just like last year. I tell everybody the same thing, Craig. Last year was just as good as this race, the last race of the year. To the right now, as we're speaking in 2024, there has not been a better race than the last BSB race today. Not World Superbike, not Moto America, not freaking Moto GP, none of that. It's absolutely amazing. Go check it out. You're freaking welcome. Back to the R7 and the R9. The R7 is absolutely an amazing machine. I thought it was beautiful when it first came out. I was like, yeah, this can be a proper weapon, right? No,
Sorry,
dude,
I
you're
got to
good.
plug this unit up.
No, dude, you're
The
good.
low battery just popped up.
He's like, uh-oh, my headset's getting ready to die on everybody. Um, but then the R7's coming out, do you know? And then everybody's not everybody, because I don't think BMW announced that they're going to stop making the SR1000RR for the street. You know what I mean? KTM's getting ready to come out with a new 890, 990. Sorry. Um, but yeah, that's where we're headed now. Is the lower CC's motorcycles. And I love a triple. If you guys and girls hadn't rode a triple yet, go out there and do yourself a favor. Throw your leg around a triple. They're absolutely amazing machines. Great bottom end, great mid range, great top end. It's basically like a V4. It's the best of everything you got. So it's look. Boom.
Man,
Here
that
we
unit
go.
shut down on me for no reason. It gave me one warning.
Dude, you're good, bro. You are good, brother, man. See how smooth you just come right back in? I like it.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so we were talking about the R7 and the R9, man. I think in the way, so obviously everybody knows Suzuki stopped making the 1000, right? And Kawasaki, they're still making the 1000, but I know Yamaha's not going to make the R1 anymore. Well, just you can buy it for a track weapon or a race bike, but as far as the street, it's going to be a no bueno.
So I wonder what Moto America, like what Jake Gagne and them's gonna switch to.
Well, they'll still have the 1000 for a race bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just can't buy a street R1 no more
Oh,
after 2025. So it'll be solely track oriented only.
okay.
But yet they'll have a 890 R9 you could buy for the street, right? It just won't
Yeah.
be a 200 horsepower bike. It'll be 100 and whatever it is, 20. You do some upgrades, whatever. Let's just say 135, right? It's fast enough to absolutely get you in major trouble on the
Oh, yeah.
street and the track, right? So going from the SV, Ethan, to the Yamaha R7, that was a big jump too, just like the R3 to the SV.
Yeah, it wasn't as much of a jump for like speed wise. It was more of a jump for handling and braking because that bike just the SV it had better top end, but the R7 just has better handling and braking in general. So
Yeah.
that took a little bit to get used to, and I was already kind of used to the power of the SV, so switching over to the R7 that helped a lot too. So it wasn't a ginormous jump. It was a little handling jump.
What I was going to ask, what's the weight difference between the SV and your R7? Do you
I'm not
know?
100% sure,
Yeah, I'm not
but
neither.
the R7's a lot skinnier
Yeah,
whenever
well,
you sit
yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah. Well, you gotta think though, Ethan. The freaking SV was invented in 2000, if I'm not mistaken, 99, 98, something
The
like
one
that,
that
right?
I had was '08.
Yeah, right. So that was on its way out, right?
Yep.
Um, they were great bikes, and they never
Hmm.
changed really the design. They had it fuel injected from carburetor and minor little tweaks here and there. Just like when you have a bike that sells really well, and you sell a shit ton of them, you're making a lot of money off of them. Why change it much, right? Because
Yeah.
it's a winning platform, kind of like the XR 650 Honda's made for freaking 5 billion years. The Suzuki DRZ 400S and SM is freaking a
Hmm.
billion years, right? Um, why change it if you're selling the shit out of them and they're cheap to make and you make a shit ton of money? If it ain't
Why
broke,
not?
don't fix it. That's the Japanese mentality anyway.
Yeah.
Um, but the R7, man, such a beautiful machine, man.
I love
And
that bike.
did you obviously it's different, right? Versus the SV, because the SV is a twin, okay,
Hmm.
a V twin. I'll clear it up. It's a V twin, not a parallel. Um, did you find the transition between the two bikes really difficult for you to get used to, or was it pretty simple?
Um, it was pretty simple. Yeah, it was pretty simple, I'd say. It The handling and braking I had to get used to, but once I got that down, the bike just felt perfect.
Have you done like anything major to it, or is it pretty much bone stock, or
Bone stock, other than just suspension.
and the slip on, of course, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to slip on your normal clip-ons, rear sets, because you got to set it up to fit everybody perfect. That's what I do. Any motorcycle I buy, I don't care what it is. If it's got rear sets and I can buy them, I'm gonna get them. If it's got
Oh,
clip-ons, guess what? I'm gonna get them.
oh
Because
yeah.
dude, listen, when I sit on a stock bike, I don't care what it is. The Imperials actually are wider than a lot of the other bikes off the showroom floor. But most of the other bikes, man, I feel like my elbows are into my belly button, dude. I'm
I
like,
know.
dude, how can you ride this thing like this? Like, there is no way. I gotta have them out. You
Hmm.
know,
I like a bike that's skinny, but with the handlebars, I do like them out a lot.
me too.
It makes it way more comfy.
Way more comfy, and I feel like the whole leverage thing helping me transition from corner to corner. It's just and with it being like this, I'm just again like Rex with short arms trying to ride it. We're versing it out. It's yeah, man.
And you feel like you got more control if your arms are more out too.
It for me and you, right? Maybe some other people not so much. 'Cause everybody likes their own ego dynamics. Listen to me, ergonomics. The way you like your whole rear sets and brake lever and shift pedal. I mean, all that's custom for each individual. That's why I really like endurance racing too, man, because it's you can't have one bike just suit one rider. You might have a
Hmm.
that's 130 pounds and your heaviest guy might be 215, right? So you got to find a happy medium in between the suspension, because the 215 guy ain't no way gonna be able to ride the 135 guys.
Hmm.
Right, that fucker will be like, you have no sag in it at all, right? It's
That bike's gonna have the Carolina squat on
bro, straight up, right?
it.
So but that's what I like about it, because you got to find that balance and that dynamic between all three riders. Same thing with the clip-ons and the rear sets, all that good stuff. Um, So tell everybody, man, you obviously it was just you and your dad at VIR. So when you go to club races, is that basically what it is just you and your pops showing up all the time, or you got some
Now
cool knucklehead friends that come along with you?
just recently, mom started coming with us a lot now. It used to just be me and dad, but now we got mom into it, and she's addicted to it too. So
Good.
we're tickled to death about that.
Yeah, me too, right? And I'm sorry, Mom, if you're listening, sorry I missed you. You should have been at VIR, but if not, next time I told Ethan and Brian, when y'all go to VR, call me. I will meet you guys there. We'll watch. We'll do a couple live videos. We'll cook. I told him I'll bring some steak. We'll grill out. We'll have a good time. Absolutely, be a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun for sure.
100%.
Craig, they'll still be on the R1s. Yes, they will, Matt. Referring to the R1 question with the TAC Yamaha on them. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Craig says, I couldn't get on with how the linear power delivery is on the SV. I'm used to screaming its nuts off on an inline four, right? I grew up on inline fours too. When I first got my twin, I had to relearn how to basically ride the bike again because it was completely different. My riding style had to change to adapt to the bike, the way it cornered, the way it handled, the way it braked. I mean, everything changed, right? But once I got used to it, I love a twin. I freaking absolutely love a twin. It's my favorite freaking bikes in the world. I don't care if it's a boxer twin, a parallel twin, a V twin, a V4. Shit, you might as well call it a V4 twin, right? I mean, because it's 2 cylinders. Boom,
Mm-hmm.
there it is. But yeah, they're absolutely amazing. Matt says the Aprilia 660 seems to where it's at now, man. Aprilia, they knocked it out the park.
Oh yeah.
Leave it to the Italians to watch everybody with the R7s and all the other bikes, and they'll be like, you know what, this is what we're gonna do, and it's the RS 660.
Man, the 660 is a beast. Like straightaways, they just disappear on the R7s.
Yeah, man, it's I want to say it's almost unfair. Bike for bike, the Aprilia absolutely dominates the R7, right?
Yeah. But then we get down into the corners, and that's whenever I can make the time back up, and
Yeah.
which makes it fun to me. I like that. I like the chase.
Yeah, I mean that goes along too, Ethan, with growing up and learning how to really ride the shit out of a 300, which is all nothing but corner speed and drafting, right? And trail braking, because you're not going to get on the brake super hard because you got to keep the momentum up. Because if you drop down below and you got a downshift or you just drop the RPMs too low, you're like any day now. Am I on a Grom? I mean, what's going on, people? Hello.
Back on the 110.
Right. So it's yeah, that those bikes are imperative and they teach you nothing but that corner speed. I mean, you freaking trail brake, let that bad boy off, and boom, just let it roll through, the momentum thing on it. And that's where the R7 shines, that I seem to notice that my friends race or club race or have them for track days is the handling and the corner speed of it.
Yeah.
So are you going to get an R9?
Probably not. We're thinking about, well, not just thinking no more. We're gonna build the R7 this year for next season. We're gonna build it during the winter and hopefully do a couple of rounds of Moto America and continue doing some club racing.
Let's go. That's what I was going to ask you. When you're going to grace Moto America with your presence, man, you need to be there, right? So
Oh yeah, I've been wanting it.
So, what tracks are you going to hit up next year? Or what tracks do you plan to hit up next year?
Barber and VIR.
I was going to say it's right there on the hat, like the hat, by the way, right? Yeah, the VR hat you got on. Absolutely. I love VR, man. It's been a long time since I've done a track day, man. I need to get it back out there. So
Oh yeah.
I was planning on
Hey,
going.
next time there's a track day at VIR, we ought to group up and
Yeah,
hit it.
I'll come out there. Yeah, I'll come out there with you guys. I don't, man. Right now, my track bike needs a motor, right? And I had the money to buy it, but I bought the RC51 instead. So I don't have the money to fix my race bike right now. And I'm not really too sure I want to track my RC51, just because parts are ridiculous expensive
Oh,
if God forbid anything happens, right? And I'm not willing to take that chance with that beautiful, beautiful woman she
Oh
is, right?
no, it's
No,
too
no, no.
beautiful to get scratched up.
Yeah, so yeah, I want to honestly I'm thinking about parting out my 848 and yeah, just buy me like a little 400 and
Hmm.
boom, and like a Honda Grom or I tell you, I really like that new CF Moto Papio SS with the dual LED headlights, the little
Yes.
125. Man, that thing is so badass looking. You know what I
That is
mean?
not what I expected whenever I searched it up.
Bro,
Like
that it's
someone told me about it, and I was like, "Wait, what is that?" And I searched it up. I was like, "Okay, that's actually pretty cool."
it's a 6 speed. It's freaking dude, it's got a freaking charging port for your cell phone and the frame of the neck already built into it so you can charge yourself. I mean, it's bro, yeah, it's badass looking little bike, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, so yeah, I just don't have the money for the 848, man. So I think I'm a part it out. It's got a lot of good parts on it. So
Beautiful
if
bike
any
too.
oh dude, if anybody's out there looking for some 848 parts, hit me up. I'll send you a list of what I have. I got a lot, a whole lot. Um, but yeah, so Moto America, VIR, Barber. Never been to Barber, man. I'm hitting up Barber next year. I really wanted to. I want to do the Vintage Fest too, and the chili cook off and all that good stuff, right? I think I would sacrifice the Moto America round at Barber to do the Vintage Fest at Barber later on in the year,
Hmm.
because a lot of the guys and girls are going to be there anyway from the Moto America races. Plus, you'll have all these other cool ass activities going on that you're not going to have during the Moto America race weekend. So yeah,
That's such a cool track. I
it
highly
is.
recommend that track for anyone
Well,
that's never been to it.
I'm definitely going to go 110%. Can't wait. So listen, man, I told you we're coming up, dude. We're almost 32 minutes in this. I told you it's gonna fly by like this.
Oh,
It's yeah, dude. So tell everybody where mainly do you do your club races at? When's your
um,
next club race you're going to?
mostly we do it at Weira. We do VIR, Road Atlanta, CMP, Barber, and sometimes Little Tally. But we've also been recently doing a lot of CCS and Azra. Azra is a really good one too.
Yeah,
Honestly, same tracks with them.
yeah, yeah. Seat time's the best time, right?
Oh
That's how
yeah.
you learn and progress, dude. And speaking of CCS, man, look, I found my very first road race license.
Ooh.
1999. Look, boom!
Huh.
Look at your boy, Chris Simcoe, baby. Let's go, amateur.
Woo.
My number was 334. That was my very first ever race number.
202.
I wanted to be, of course, I wanted Doug Chandler's. I was like, dude, can I get 10? They're like, absolutely not. I was like, they're like, you can't pick from these numbers. And I'm looking at them, I'm like, there's like 4 numbers on here I wanted, but okay, well, can I do this one? And they're like, yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah, that's how that happened. So that's something you guys don't know about me right there. I just said it. Bro, Ethan, dude, I can't wait. I hope to see you at Moto America. I can't wait to see you again. Like I said, just call me when you guys are coming to VIR. I'll absolutely meet you there. I got a buddy that literally lives 20 minutes from Road Atlanta at the track. So you go out there too, man. If he's home, yeah, I can go there and crash at his place and just get up and hit the track in the morning. I was supposed to do that earlier in the year and meet a couple of my buddies out there, Brennan Triplett and Philip Hart, but it just didn't work out as it
Mhm.
does sometimes, right? It's called life.
Yep.
But
Yep.
listen, I can't wait. It's gonna be a freaking proper mega year
Oh,
for
it's gonna
you
be
in
awesome.
2025. I know. You still got some club races going on to end out the year, which is
Uh,
absolute.
we're actually missing Barber because we can't get the RV through the roads because of Hurricane Helene.
Oh yeah. That's right. So
So
that's
that
are you done for the year?
yeah. Now it's snowboarding season.
I love snowboarding,
I'm,
dude.
I'm excited about that.
I've never knocked myself out so many times. Snowboarding will do it. Yeah.
Knock on wood. I've yet to do that.
Oh man, dude. When I lived in Colorado, I always snowboard all the time, right? You hang out with people that snowboard. It's what the fuck you do. Let's go snowboard. Let's
Oh yeah.
freaking go. So I got cocky. I'm like, I'm going down these double black diamonds. Yeah, okay. You talk all that shit. We get to the top, and I'm looking down, and I'm like, Holy shit. It is like, bro, like this, dude. No bullshit. And I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, you talked all that shit, Simcoe. You gotta do it now. I said, okay. I'm gonna be a big wussy right now. So I sat in between the bindings of my snowboard, bro. Started down, went and was just like a cartoon. Bro, hit. I don't know what I hit. Next thing I know, I ended up I flew, and then I remember waking up. They're like, "Are you all right?" And I woke up, and I was like, "Where am I?" They're like, "Bro, I wish we had a recorder to catch that shit because that was freaking awesome, dude." And I was like, "My head hurts, man. I just want to go. I'm cold. Let me, yeah, it was,
Oh,
yeah,
double blacks are different out there. Like around here, the double blacks are not that hard, but out there, man, they're a total different. They're complete cliffs.
it's, yes, 110%. You guys want to really ski and snowboard? Go to Colorado. Go to
Mm.
Aspen. Go to Breckenridge. Go that double black diamond. When you get off that ski lift, as you're going up, you start going above clouds. You're like, well, wait a minute. What's going on here? Right? And you get, dude, you look down. Literally, it's no bullshit. It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, here we go. Right? Let's freaking get.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. So, but listen, let's get into the part of my one of my favorite parts of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where we get to know Ethan more on a personal level. We don't got too much longer. My wife's already texted me. I'm hungry. I said, baby, just give me a few minutes and I'm a cook. But Paul McKee, he says at Barber Vintage Fest right now, brother, just wrapped up. Better be there next year, bud. Incredible. Absolutely, man. It was an honor. I got to meet Paul at Road Atlanta earlier this year, and I will make Road Atlanta again next year for Moto America too. But enough of that. Let me ask you this. Bro, Ethan, are you a pet person? Do you guys have any cats or dogs?
Yeah, we got two dogs, Piper and Ollie.
I love it. I love it. I got, of course, as always, I got my baby girl laying right here on the floor. My princess queen.
Just
That's what I
chilling.
call her all the time. She's yeah, dude, she's something else. Spoiled freaking rotten. Um, let me ask you this, Ethan. What are your goals in racing? What do you want to achieve in your racing career?
Um, I'd like to become a Moto America Twins champ and move forward from there and see if I can get championships in 600 and hopefully move on to Superbike.
And you can do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you
Big
will do it.
dreams.
That dude, shoot for the stars.
Yes, sir.
Don't shoot down the street. I'm going
Mm-mm.
for Pluto. You can't even see Pluto. You can have a special telescope just to see Pluto, right? But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I'm going past that bad boy, right? I'm
Yes,
going to
sir.
the next galaxy. So absolutely, you can do it. It's always very important too to keep that positive energy, that positive vibe. And don't use words in your vocabulary. Hope, don't hope, make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Only person that's going to stop you is you. Make it
Yes, sir.
happen. I will. I'm going to. This is what I'm going to accomplish, and this is how I'm gonna get there. Right? Hey, road racing knows like I tell everybody it's a tree. What I mean by that, it's the path is dirt bikes, yada yada yada. Right? Then once you start getting in the pavement, it's a path, and then all of a sudden it starts branching off everywhere like a tree because there's certain things you can go and do in road racing, right? What classes and all that good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, for sure. So what's your dream car, bro?
Dream car? That's hard to choose. It'd either be the R35 or no, sorry, R34 or the 1969 Mustang Fastback.
Eleanor. Wasn't that Eleanor? Isn't that Eleanor?
Uh Eleanor's the GT500
Okay, yeah, the
90
GT 500.
69.
Okay. All right, all right. Shows you how much I know about cars, ladies and gentlemen, right? We can talk about bikes. Cars, I know a little bit. Like my dream car, I'd love to have a 95 RX-7 twin turbo. Man, that body style is just, oh my God, it's so gorgeous. And the rotary motors just get out of here, right?
Nothing compares to them.
No, they're freaking amazing. And then as far as muscle car, man, it'd have to be a freaking 69 Dodge Charger. Facts straight up. Put a big 440, big ass blower on that bad boy. Like Vin Diesel says, I do a quarter mile at a time in this bad boy, right? So yeah, that would be mine. Ethan, dude, do you have a girlfriend?
No, sir.
Ladies, he is single. Let's go. He's taking applications right now. The
There's too much
2025
money.
season.
Hold on, man. That's too much money.
No. Just for the umbrella girl, right? He's taking applications for the umbrella girl for the 2025
There we
season.
go.
See, you got to think, you got to look at the bigger picture, Ethan, right? Just go along
You
with
gotta
it.
think
You're good.
big.
Yeah, we just said that, right? So umbrella girls, Ethan, applications, let's go, right? Let's get it done. I love
Yes,
it, dude.
sir.
Oh my god. So are you a PlayStation or Xbox guy?
I'm an Xbox guy.
What's
Always
in the
have been and always will be.
what's in the console right now?
Right now I've been playing like right before this, I was playing a little bit of Hell Let Loose and some Rainbow Six Siege.
Hell Let Loose. What game is that?
It's a World War II game that's super realistic, and I call it PTSD Simulator. Because I've watched so many of my teammates blow up right in front of my face, and I got survivor's guilt after that.
You're like, I made it, they didn't. What I deserve to live, and they didn't.
My buddy
That's
just got
hilarious.
hit by artillery cannon.
Right. That's hilarious. And he's about 40 billion pieces. Matter of fact, there's about 3 chunks of them left, and that's it.
Oh,
That's
that game's fun. I love it.
I'm playing the new Star Wars Outlaws because I'm a big Star Wars freaking nerd, right? So that, which is a really good game. We got a lot of bad reviews, but I fucking love it.
I still need to try that game.
Dude, it's so badass. That, and of course, I'm a big Assassin's Creed nerd. I play that, and I've been playing Ride 5. Yeah, because Ride 5 is shit.
Oh yeah.
Nothing else to say, right? And then I do like my golf game, like my Tiger Woods golf and my FIFA. I play FIFA.
I suck at both of those games. I've never been good at a sport game.
It's just different. Once you get to know the controls, is basically all it is, right? Once you get it down, it's but you got to put in the time and effort to do it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just never real big on, like, the last football game I really played was the original Tecmo Bowl, man. Because my football team, I've been asked this, and no, I don't really follow football. The only time I watch football is the Super Bowl, and half the time there, I just go to hang out with my buddies and eat hot chicken wings and drink some beer and hang out with the fellows and the ladies, right?
Mhm.
But I do like the Raiders are my team, always have been. Growing up, Bo Jackson's my dude, so I'm a big Bo Nose guy, right? So yeah, that's it. And then baseball, I never followed baseball. I'm not gonna say I can't stand baseball. It's wrong for me to say. It's not for me. I just find it boring. Like, I'd rather just stare at the wall and have a conversation with myself than watch baseball. So there you go, people.
Yeah.
Love me or hate me, whatever. It is what it
I'm the
is.
same way. I've never been interested in baseball or football, but I sometimes follow football just because of fantasy.
There you go. So you got something, right? Well, dude, listen, I got a fantasy league. I got a MotoGP fantasy league. Go to MotoGP.com. You can sign up. It's free. Look up Pin the Gas and join. So I do it every year, people. I should have been talking about it this whole time, not during this podcast, but every podcast. So people would join, right? I've got like 150 or 60 people that I play with on there. You pick out 4 riders, 2 golds, 2 silvers, a manufacturer, and you got a certain salary. But anyway, at the end of the season, whoever wins the championship is going to win a prize. So, and I send people prizes and stuff. So yeah. Yeah. So join up. MotoGP.com Fantasy League, Pin the Gas podcast. You can't miss it. Man, I love to play video games. I just don't get a chance to play it very much. I got a good buddy of mine, Ty and Craigo. They play Warzone. I need to download it. So my only gripe with, like, Call of Duty, man, when you download it, it's like freaking every gig memory you got on your freaking PlayStation or Xbox,
you need
right?
an external hard drive just for that one game.
Bro, so I bought one, right? I bought a 3 gig or 4 terabyte. Well, whatever, man, whatever, dude. It's one of those freaking big ass ones. So yeah, I need to I'm gonna download it so I get on there and get my ass kicked, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm good with it. I'm good
Oh
with
yeah.
it. Listen, real quick, we're getting ready to end this because we're right about 45-minute mark. There's still a lot more personal questions that I want to ask you that we'll definitely get into on part 2.
Good
But the
deal.
last personal question I'm gonna ask you, Ethan, is celebrity crush. Who is Ethan's celebrity crush?
Oh, that's a hard one. It's
Well, there's
either
many of them. We all got a bunch of celebrity crushes,
uh,
right? So
it's either Margot Robbie or the Cat Daddy girl from the music video.
I know exactly what you're talking about. That's awesome, dude. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Crago, he says, dream big, kiddo. The world is yours. The world is your garden. Take what you can and achieve the unachievable. I didn't start racing until I turned 30 and got my full road racing license this year. And head to the onto the roads next year, and dreams are achievable. Yes, my mate Craig
Yes,
is going
sir.
to the TT. Let's freaking go, baby. And then he says, I play hell let loose when I'm drunk during the off season. I just sit on the artillery annoying the shit out of the enemy. Talk about that video game. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
it's always the artillery guys.
Hey, it's just like our beautiful circus, which is road racing and the whole motorcycle community, track days, road racing enthusiast, right? It's such a beautiful circus, but within every circus, we always have clowns, right? So, and I'm one of them, right? So, yeah, let's freaking go. But yeah, listen, before I end this, I'm gonna let you end the podcast, Ethan. But first, I want to give my shout outs as always that I always do. So let me flip through my note. I finally got me a new notebook, people. Y'all should have seen my other 3 notebooks that
Oh,
I
that
had
thing
full
was
of this.
it was full.
Bro, dude, yeah, it's I kept them, of course. I didn't throw them away. They're actually here. I'm gonna put them in my drawer. But big shout out to Next Level Financial, bisontrack.com, Chef Eats. Ethan, I gotta get you hooked up with my man Chef Eats. It's absolutely, dude, the best meals. You don't need nothing at the track but a freaking microwave. The steak is juicy. Listen, you guys hear me talking about time. ChefEats.com. Flying Eyes Optics. You guys go to Flying Eyes Optics, use the discount code PENDAGAS10, get 10% off. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP, North and South. You guys are absolutely amazing. It's the best program we have here in the United States. All you got to do is take a look at our current Moto America grid. 3/4 of those kids are coming straight out of those 2 places. And they're even in Superbike. We got some Gus Rodeo, Brandon Posh. I mean, dude, Anthony Mazziato, Jillian Carrera, Ella Dreyer, Avery Dreyer, Isaac Woodworth, man, the list goes on. So big shout out to them. RD Racing over there in the UK. My mate Jake Marsh, Vet2 Track. Any of my veterans out there, go to Vet2 Track. My buddy Joe Whitman's got a proper mega program, curing PSTD 1 lap at a time. Big shout out to 64 Degree Racing, best 2-piece undersuit I've ever had. He sent me a custom one. It's the XC1, I think it is. And it's, man, I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Anybody out there looking for custom bodywork, Ghetto Customs, best bodywork on the market. Chris Parrish is absolutely amazing at what he does. And he's super, super fast, right? Let's not kid ourselves. Big shout out to the Clothing Kings. You guys and girls go to clothingkings.co.uk and order all your Pin to Gas merch. I got beanie hats, soft shell jackets, hooded sweatshirts. I got it all. Just go there and check it out. And STG. Big shout out to Max Van and Brian Van. And their whole place. They're absolutely amazing human beings. You can order anything you want from there. They do reviews, they're honest reviews, they're really good people. So if anybody needs to order anything offline, STG is the place you want to go. 110%. And last but not least, big shout out to my peoples out there in the UK too, BSB Barmy Army. They have a program which is absolutely amazing. I need to actually look into starting one of those over here. They're a nonprofit organization. Ethan, what they do is they'll go around to they'll get donations from racers and race team shirts that are signed or an older helmet or boot or glove. They'll auction off and they'll take those proceeds and help a younger future star as they're coming through. Maybe they need a pair of boots. Not everybody can afford $600 pair of Alpine Star boots, Alpine Stars, right? So they will, guess what, provide the boots or help towards a helmet, whatever it is, right, to help the future of our sport out. So big shout out to them. And again, big shout out to all my friends and mates in BSB. Man, this weekend was the whole year. I'm proud of every single one of my mates over there. Yes, I got my Davy Todd hat on, so congratulations to him for wrapping up the championship. Dude, Kyle Wright on his championship. Dude, all my mates out there. Cameron Hall, Keo Walker, man, Luca Allen, Cameron Frazier. Listen, the list again goes on. Chloe Jones, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna hand the mic over to Ethan because if not, I'll keep doing this. My wife will keep texting me, and the next thing I know, she'll come in here with a knife, and it'll just turn into this horror flick. We don't want that, right? Because I want to come back. So, Ethan, take it away, my friend.
You will find me on Instagram. My username is EthanJones_100. That's where I post almost all my videos and pictures. You can find a lot of my videos on TikTok, Brian Jones. And yeah, thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Listen, it's the honor is absolutely all mine, Ethan. What are you kidding me right now? I can't wait for a part 2. So what I'll do is I'm gonna send you a couple dates as I'm cooking this dinner so I don't get stabbed, and you just tell me what date and time works best for you. We'll go ahead up and set up part 2. But real quick, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down with the legend himself, Ethan Jones. Big shout out to your dad. Thank you so much. It was an honor meeting you guys. Thank you for everybody that watches my podcast and that likes and subscribes. I love every single one of y'all. You guys and girls have no idea how much of an honor it is and what it means to me. It means freaking everything. And if you hadn't had the chance, go to Podbean and Spotify and all that good stuff. Hit that like and subscribe bell. And people, don't forget, go follow Ethan Jones. And Ethan, dude, we need to get you some merch out there, brother, man. You need some hats and some
100%, man.
t-shirts and all that. Yeah. But listen, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go throw these steaks on the grill and start these mashed potatoes. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen. I got one tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ethan, is there anything you want to say before I end the podcast?
Thank you for having me. It's awesome being here, man. I really do appreciate it.
Dude, trust me. The honor's all mine. Nothing but love, brother, man, as always. So see you guys. All right.